If you're a songwriter or an artist or a communicator, or if you want to be a better performer, then when you're actually going to an event, a local event, a pub, a club, or a church or something, even though you may typically sit at the front or near the front, if that's what you're in, because you're part of the community, if you want to learn more about that audience, sit at the back. Because at the back of the room, you can see everything that's going on. When you're at the front, all you can see is the stage. Now, it's just a tip, because if you want to learn more about the audience or the community or what's going on, the vibe or the pain, often it's the pain or what's going on, the people at the back, you just see more, you understand more. And from that, usually what I do, if there's a support band playing before me and I'm going to play a concert afterwards, I always hover around the back and I just sort of watch and learn. And I get to know the audience a bit better. And it just gives me a bit more confidence or a bit more purpose and direction, how to connect with them. And once again, it's always the people at the back I'm aiming song. I'm singing to the people at the back. I'm playing to the people at the back. I'm trying to draw the people in the back towards the moment. And that's just how I lead or how I sing, I perform. If you think about the auditorium that you're performing in, whether that's a club or a church doesn't matter where it is. It could be a live amphitheater, it could be a park. There tends to be a movement where people sit. And the people who, for whatever reason, feel good about themselves tend to sit at the front. And they're usually in the know. They usually know you, or if it's a concert, they get the better tickets. They got more money. For the church, they tend to be in leadership. And the people in the middle are the middle, and the people at the back usually have the cheap seats, we say, or they are perhaps not feeling as great, as confident, or they're just testing the waters. They're coming to check out what's going on. And so if you really want to love those people, then you perform to them. You sing to the people at the back. You play to the people at the back of the room. You teach, you speak to the people at the back of the room. And not down to them, but to them. What I've discovered is that if you tell a joke, it's a great example about a joke. If you play to the same room all the time, the same people, and you get to know the people, especially at the front, and you tell a joke, and people at the front laugh at it because they get it, they know the inside of the joke. And some of the people in the middle laugh, the people at the back don't laugh because they don't know the inside of the joke. So in a way, you don't realize you're doing it, but you're pandering to the people at the front. And the people at the back need more explanation. They need more backstory. They need to understand what the joke's about and is it really funny at all. And it's the same with singing or playing music or the way that you're expressing yourself. It also brings more out of you when you sing to the back of the room or you play to the back of the room. There's something, it's projecting yourself. And it's a practice that I encourage you to do at rehearsals when you're playing with your band. You might be in a rehearsal studio, or you might be in your church hall. It doesn't matter where you are. Practice imagining there's an audience there and practice yourself singing or playing or performing to the back of the room. And in doing so, you'll start learning how to connect with all the audience, because the people at the front, they love it no matter what, because that's why they're in the front. And the people in the middle, they're always the people in the middle for some reason. Sometimes they'll drift forward, sometimes they'll drift back. But if you can reach the people at the back, you can really reach them and include them and draw them into your music or your performance. You've done a good job. And when you go to a place that you've never known before, because this is usually the problem if you're playing the same place every week, if you get into the habit of doing that, when you go to a place, another part of town, another country, where you don't know anybody, but you have a habit of reaching out to the back, because it's pretty much the same everywhere you go. If you play at a new venue, you've never been there before, people at the front are in, people in the middle, they're doing okay, the people at the back are still like, I'm just not sure what's going on. It's the same. It's a body language kind of commitment. I do a caveat on there, because what happens on the people at the back, I usually sit at the back, because I find that most songwriters and most artists sit at the back, and it's not because they're not in, you learn more from the back.